Welcome back to ThinkInCode, and today we are going to start with conditional statements in Python. Let's start with what are conditions. Condition is basically a question with only two valid answers to. It could be as simple as are you a girl, true or false, and are you an adult, true or false. Let's take an example of is equals to 18. Now print is greater than 18, greater or equals to 18. We are using the operators we talked about in the last video. And when we do this and run, we get an answer that is either true or false. We got it true here. So we need to print that if the age is greater or equals to 18, they are an adult. If not, they are not. So let's just print if they are an adult. That's where we use operators or conditional statements. So first, let's just go with if. So what we can do here is the syntax goes like this. If condition is true, then run code. So this is basically the syntax. And whenever you are using Python, we have something called indentations to make sure that the Python code knows this block of code should run only after this. So for example, if is greater or equals to 18 and we do a column and then enter, as you can see, this gap is called an indentation. What you can do is tab it, or whenever you are in the top after the semicolon, you'll always get a space by yourself. And whatever code we write in this indentation, the Python will think it will belong to this specific statement. So now we can print you are an adult, and if we run it, you are an adult. And if we print something like skip keeper, right? Now if we print that, now this runs, then we get a you are an adult, and then we get a skipper. That's why when the condition matches, both of them run. Let's assume what if the age is 16. Then if we run it, you are an adult does not work because the condition does not match. What if we want to print something if their age is not greater or equals to 18? What we can do then is write else, and else will be default. You are a child or a teenager So okay, so now we have two conditions. You are a child or teenager because the age is 16. Now, what if the age is 18? Now, it's you are an adult. As you can see that even like this is the default. If the condition does not match above, this will run in default. If condition matches, run this. If condition does not match, run this. To sum it all up, what we can think is if is first question, elif is asks another question, and finally else is last remaining option. So this is else statement, conditional statement. Let's give you a visual representation of how this actually works. Let's take print program start, and then let's ask for input. Marks equals to input. Please enter your marks, and we want this in int. Now if we look at this, and if we get the marks and we want to print if they get A grade, B grade or C grade. So let's do this. If marks is greater or equals to 80, then print grade A. And we can also print check equals to or greater than 80. So here we have said that we have already checked that if the marks is greater or equals to 80. Now elif marks is above or equals to 60, that is print checked and grade B, right? That's what we get. Now finally else print all conditions failed, and then we're gonna print grade C. So that is the program. Let's try to run it. So okay, let me make this bigger. So program start checking multiple conditions. Enter your marks. Let's start with 80. Checked. marks is greater or equals to 80. So we got a grade A. Now let's run it again. Now let's do 75. It's right between 60 and 80. Let's see what we get. Grade B, because check, it's greater and equals to 60, greater or equals to 60. It is greater than 60. So we got a B, but it is less than 80. So we did not get a A. So now next would be, let's try, it's not even 60. Let's go with, you got a 30. All condition failed because it is not greater or equals to 80 and it is not greater or equals to 60. So everything else failed and we went to our last remaining option. Like I said, else is the last remaining options. So we got all conditions failed, grade C. So you need to remember a very important rule when using if else. If else always runs from top to bottom. So first this will run, if this fails then this will run, and if this fails this will run. What if we add one more condition? Elif print check, let's say 45, right? No, let's say 40. And here we are gonna add mark is greater or equals to 40 and then print grade C, and this will be grade F. Anything below 40 is a failure. If we run this, let's check it out. Run, let's say we have 45, that's a C grade. So let's check for 20. All condition failed, so the grade is F. So that's how you can use multiple options here. Now, you can do a lot of projects using this. So that is it for conditional statements, and moving forward, we'll be learning about nested conditions in the next video. For the notes and practice questions, I'll be giving you a few in the link that is in the description. And there is a drive. Please check it out. You have all the notes about all the topics in this playlist. So check that out and see if you can solve a few questions. And I'll see you next time. Happy coding and keep coding. Bye bye. See you next time.